We've got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, viral videos. The question is, how do you decide which marketing media tool is best for your company? Thorsten? Yes, hi. Thorsten has been in the media marketing industry for 14 years. He runs UPFRONT Media, a consultancy firm that specializes in offering marketing solutions to companies who need advertising plans to boost their sales. Say if a company wanted to approach you to do a campaign on new media, on a new media platform, what are some of the strategies that you would implement?
The first thing we would assess is whether the company is ready and whether their business objectives are actually suited to the social environment. So to give you an example, if somebody is looking for sales and what they want is short-term sales over the span of the next 3 months, for example, we'd probably not recommend social, because social should really be seen as more of a long-term engagement. You know, you're supposed to nurture people. You know, first you introduce yourself to people, then you build a relationship, and then over time, what you do is convert them into long-term, loyal customers that you have a dialogue with.
How do you determine which social media is appropriate for the right company or branding?
I think if you imagine being a restaurant and you've got lots of specials and you want to advertise those specials, then Twitter would probably be a great tool for you. If you want to build more of a community feel, you should be looking at Facebook, because that's what it's good for. And for video, say you have lots of how-to-do videos. So for them, having something like a YouTube channel where people can go and find out everything that they need to know about how to use these products would be a way to do it.
Right. One item that has become prevalent today in the realm of social media is viral marketing. Based on the idea that this campaign will infect viewers and consumers alike, viral marketing can even be traced back as far as the late 90s, when the film Blair Witch was first released.
Okay, when we say total population, this is total Singapore population, or we're talking about our specific target market?
Total population, it's those who visit Google or Yahoo.
Are you getting approached by a lot of companies to do viral campaigning or to use social media?
Every client wants to do social. Every client wants to do viral. These are kind of the buzzwords. And the reason is obviously, you know, the case studies that they see, they look great. You know, millions of people were exposed to the viral campaign. Whether it's the right thing for everyone is obviously a different question.
What would you deem like a successful campaign?
One of the most recent, really successful campaigns is the Old Spice campaign. Your man could smell like this man.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me.
It was phenomenal. They launched it online just before the Super Bowl in the US, and it then started taking on a life of its own.
If your man used Old Spice instead of lady-scented body washes, he could smell like he took you on more of these while wearing this. Or this. But probably this.
And I think the test of any campaign, be it viral or non-viral, is not just, you know, how many people were exposed, how many people saw it, but did it actually affect your business objectives? And that's really the test of any good campaign. And with Old Spice, within the first 3 months of the campaign, their sales went up by something like 27%. And then in the last month of the campaign, it was over 100%.
Smell like a man.
And that, to me, really shows that it was a successful campaign.
But some viral videos may attract a different form of attention. A video of a bear that was reportedly found in Singapore was circulated here on the internet, and it was something that the Wildlife Reserve Singapore accidentally got involved in. I know that there was a funny story of this Phillips bear. Would you care to maybe elaborate on that, or?
We were not really involved in it, except for the fact that because it involved a bear, purportedly a wildlife, an animal, so naturally we were called, you know, in to find out if this is true or whether it was just a hoax.
Would you say that had negative sort of response, or did it have a positive one?
No, I mean, I think it's pretty neutral. You
Okay.
know, we are a neutral party to that one. And their intention was to make a viral campaign of that one.
And in spite of what many may think, viral and social media are not just catered to a certain demographic, especially in a saturated environment like Singapore.
You know, people think about social and they think about viral and they automatically think youth. But if you take Singapore as an example, pretty much 86% of the population is online. So the only people that are not online are the very young or the very old. Out of those, pretty much 100% of people are on Facebook. So it's not about youth anymore. You know, social is about, you know, people stepping into a community and becoming part of a community. That is nothing to do with age.
And as with any other marketing campaign, there are limitations to this and any other strategies that companies can use. And instead of trying all these different social networks to find out which one works best, I'll show you how to avoid some common mistakes just by remembering some simple ground rules. This is the new age, a time where traditional forms of mass media are just not enough to attract consumers. The new buzzword for modern marketing strategies, social media. And with more than 2 million people all connected through the social medium like Facebook in Singapore, it does seem like the most logical platform to get on. But according to experts, Facebook is not just about getting a quick fix for declining sales.
Ultimately, the most powerful consumer for any client is somebody who is a long-term, loyal advocate of the brand, and that is what social is really good at, building those type of advocates. And if you use it in the right way and you focus on a long-way strategy, and then that's what you'll achieve.
Are there certain marketing strategies that you use to gain customer loyalty for companies?
I think this is where social is really at its core. It's about building customer loyalty. But then when it comes to turning customers into loyal customers, you know, you really need to have a conversation, and you really need to, you know, talk to them about both the good sides and the bad sides, and be open. You know, you need to give the company a human face.
And unlike traditional forms of media, going digital allows you the opportunity to monitor consumer responses and then take the necessary action.
With digital, everything is trackable. You know, you can count everything from the amount of people that came to your site, how long they stayed on the site, at what point they left the site, how many times they came back. So there's a huge wealth of information that you can gather, and we do gather that. We gather all that information, and then we analyze it, and then we put that into succinct reports, which basically we call it turning media data into business intelligence. And clients can then take that information and you know, apply it to their business to improve their results.
Does this help you with future marketing strategies for?
Absolutely. Again, with a lot of digital and a lot of different clients, a lot of what you do is test and learn, because each client will have a different success rate online in different areas. So with all the tracking that we do, we have a wealth of knowledge that we can then apply to new clients to help them you know, minimize risk.
And as we know, this is also the new era of smartphones and mobile devices. In fact, 1 out of 5 mobile phones sold worldwide are smartphones. This opens up new avenues for media marketing possibilities. How are these personal application and mobile devices changing the market?
Again, it's quite a slow change. I think the biggest change that we've seen in the mobile market is about applications, which we all know, you know, Apple introduced, and that's less about advertising and marketing, though companies have taken it on board. So Audi keep doing games. So every time they launch a game, I think I've seen about 2 or 3 of them now, where you have a car racing game on your phone, or you know, on your iPad, or things like that. L'Oreal have developed an application where you can upload a picture of yourself, and you can then you know, give yourself different hairstyles and see what it would look like on you. You know, change the hair color of your hair. Things like that. So that's how marketing is starting to embrace the device. I don't think that marketing on mobile devices is so much about standard forms of advertising, like banner advertising or things like that, or having a mobile website. That, in my opinion, hasn't really worked so far, but the application route looks really promising, and I think that's probably what it will be about.
To sum it up, here's what you need to do to succeed in social media. Think long term. It's an investment. Know your target market well. And lastly, be open to critique. Social media is a definite two-way relationship.
What advice would you like to give to companies out there who want to take on marketing in this current environment?
Do it. Absolutely do it, but take it seriously. I'm not saying spend loads of money on it, but be realistic about, if you spend a certain amount of money, be realistic about the outputs that you will get out of it. But you absolutely have to be in digital because it's growing and it's already used more than traditional forms of media.
So whether you're a new startup or an established brand,
Social media could be the key. If you have the right product, consumers and their friends will believe in it. So choose your social media poison and choose it wisely.